Gold medalist Doug Larson said some of the world's greatest feats were accomplished by people not smart enough to know they were impossible. And as an ultra runner, this seems very fitting sometimes. Running an ultramarathon is hard. There will be highs, there will be lows, and there will be a lot of variables to account for. A lot of planning, and most certainly a lot of training. In this video, we're going to be continuing the series on how to become an ultra runner. I'm going to be talking about 2 absolutely critical mistakes new ultra runners make. And honestly, this can apply to ultra runners and runners at any point in their career. Race day will be filled with stress, excitement, adjusting to your body's feedback, pain, fatigue. And what you don't want to deal with is mistakes that are avoidable. Hello everyone, my name is John and this is Motivation Theory. If you are new to this channel is for motivation, it's for inspiration, it's for driven, like-minded people to explore topics like ultra running, being middle-aged, YouTube, and pretty much anything that falls in the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And if that sounds like your kind of thing, this is your channel. Please make sure you click that red subscribe button and the bell so you get notifications each and every time I release new content. And also, if you find my content valuable, please consider partnering with me on Patreon to get more exclusive content and access to discussions directly with me. The link's gonna be in the description below, so please click on that and read about the program that I have set up for all of you. Now let me say, ultra runners are putting their bodies through severe pain and mental fatigue, finding personal limits and pushing boundaries of the human body for 12, 24, 36, and even 60 plus hours straight. And in that time, there's a lot to deal with, so making sure you are smart about the next 2 topics will help you towards a successful finish. Number 1, proper hydration is key to maintaining your race performance, your health, and ensuring energy levels stay consistent from start to finish. And in the more extreme distances of ultra marathons, this is even more critical. But what is adequate hydration for an ultra marathon? And what should you be doing during training to prepare a solid race day hydration plan? Like I always say, we are all an experiment of one. We're not all going to need that standard statement of we all need 30 ounces an hour like you always see when you look it up. There are too many variables to make an absolute statement. But what you can do is learn what you need based on temperature, sustained effort, and distance, and our time in your training runs. So how can you do this? I learned what I needed by lots of runs and keeping track of how I felt and my performance across all my training runs for a very long time. My Suunto 2 helps me keep track of the temperature, my heart rate, pace, and intensity of the workout, which is all valuable info that you can use to help create your hydration plan. For example, I know I need 20 to 24 ounces every 5 to 6 miles or so, or 45 minutes to an hour depending on the effort, and that's usually when the temperature is between high 70s and low 80s. This is why I carry 2 handheld bottles that hold about 20 ounces apiece so I can keep track of how many ounces of water I'm taking in. And because I know that, anything longer than 10 miles, carrying the 2 bottles, 20 ounces apiece, I know I need to refill at some point, so that helps me with my planning. I either need to get back to my car if I'm out on the trail so I can refill the bottles, or I need to know where there's a water fountain so I can stop and fill those up again. Or I can carry my hydration vest, which I think holds like 60 ounces, which I don't like running with because it's super heavy when it's completely filled up. One way to help you figure this out is to weigh yourself before and after runs. This will give you a little bit more information to help you dial in your hydration. You can't always go by how you feel when you're out running, if you're thirsty or not. I know that's a really good way of telling, but I would not always trust that. And the reason I tell you not to always trust that is because about 5 years ago, I was out on a 17-mile easy run, just kind of shaking it out and just running. It was a cool day. It was a little humid, but it was really cool. I was carrying both my bottles, and I looked down when I got to about mile 15, I had only drank about 1 of those bottles. I wasn't thirsty, I didn't feel hot, I didn't feel stressed, but in my mind I knew I should have been drinking a lot more than that. So I got home, I took a shower, and I went to urinate, and I peed blood. I went to the urgency care, they did a bunch of tests on me, and lo and behold, I was extremely dehydrated. They had to put 2 full IV bags into me to get me back to normal. This was scary because I didn't ever feel bad. I came home, I felt completely normal, and had I not urinated blood, I wouldn't have even known anything was wrong, and it could have gotten very bad for me very quickly. Remember, it's still a good barometer to drink when you're thirsty, but don't let it be the only thing you use to judge that. Put in the time to study and figure out what you need for your body across all the different temperature ranges you're going to be running in, and again, effort. It's not, if you're running a lot of mountains or flat ground, it's going to be different. So really put in the time to figure this out. Hydration is no joke. Please put in the time to figure this out for you. Number 2, problems caused by running gear, clothes, or shoes. I will say this, nothing should be new on race day. I'm going to repeat it. Nothing should be new on race day. No new gear, no new clothes, no new shoes. Nothing new should be on your body that you have not tested. And by new, I mean not having been tested and broken in on your training runs. I would never run in shoes that had less than 50 miles on them. I would never run in socks that had, I don't know, at least 3 to 4 long runs in them, so I know that they're not going to give me blisters between my toes, on the end of my toes, bottoms of my toes. I'm gonna always err on the side of caution when it comes to my feet. And honestly, this goes with my shorts and my shirt and pretty much anything I have on my body. At any point, I do not bring to race day if they have not been tested thoroughly on long runs. The slightest rub from an ill-fitting piece of equipment or clothing or piece of gear can make for a very, very bad day for anyone. And anyone who has done this knows that the chickens come home to roost when you go to take a shower after a long run and something's rubbed on you for a lot of hours. You're never gonna make that mistake again. Your new vest or headlamp may feel really good on a shakeout run or kind of a short, hour-long run, but how's it gonna feel when you're running for 10 to 15 hours or 20 hours? Is it gonna feel that good? You need to know that. One day, a long time ago, I decided to take a hydration vest out for a 2-hour run. It was not one that was meant for long distances. It's more for kind of hiking. And it left a wound on me that left a scar for a couple of years. And that scar helped remind me not to do stupid things in the future. So I'm passing along this bit of information. You may think it's just a little bit of a rub. Do that for multiple hours and it's going to turn into a wound. You definitely don't want that on race day. Train with all the clothing, equipment, gear, shoes, headgear, hats, whatever. Train with it before ever letting it enter a race with you. I have said this a lot in past videos. You have a lot to worry about on race day. Don't worry about dealing with stupid mistakes you've made because you could have avoided them with just a little bit of planning and thought. You don't want to do that to yourself. So experiment and understand that there are 2 constants you will need in ultra running. The first is mental toughness and the ability to problem solve. If you've made it this far, I know you have what it takes to knock out that first ultra or your next ultra. If you want to know why anyone can run an ultra marathon and continue on with this series, please click one of the videos or playlists over here. Good luck and keep me updated on how your ultra training is going. If you enjoyed this video, please click that thumbs up and remember to subscribe. See you in the next video.